Hello and good evening, and this is take 2 of our amazing talk this evening. Welcome, I'm Priscilla Gendron from Untitled Chapter, and joining me are two amazing people from two opposite ends of the world. First of all, I would love to introduce you to a very amazing, gorgeous woman called...
She's not talking about me.
Lisa Chamaine. Oh, I'm rounding it up. And Lisa Chamaine is a heart-centered energy and light intuitive, a color mirror practitioner, a numerologist, and
oh, there you go, Lisa.
Okay, well, welcome everyone. I think we are still going live because I see the little ticker up on the left-hand side. We've been having some technical issues, so Priscilla's coming back. So, and are we surprised? We're in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, so everyone, please be patient with us. Yes, I live in the U.S., and thank you for the introduction and having us on your show, Priscilla. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Much love and gratitude to you. So just a little bit about me. I live in Northern California, just about an hour north of San Francisco. And I've been hearing, seeing, feeling, and knowing spirit ever since I was a young child. Just didn't quite know what that was and thought I was like an oddball, but just kind of tucked it away. And then as I was going into my teen years, it really was coming to the surface. I would just feel and hear messages from spirit around me. And it'll be about 2 years this November, I had a reading with our dear friend David Grood, who was on your show last time. And he said, wow, I see colors coming into your life, and not just the colors on the flag behind you, like all sorts of colors. So, you know, when David gives me messages, if I don't know what they mean, I just kind of just tuck them away to the side and see what happens. Well, COVID then happened, and my friend Herb Light, who you know as well, David's former partner, was telling me about Sharon Ann McNeil and a message that she had posted. And I'm trying to find her on Facebook, and I friended her, and the message wasn't on her page, and it was through the Magenta community. And that's how I got introduced to our teacher, Moira Bush, and the color mirror system. She was doing monthly challenges at the end of the month with colors. I'm like, what is this? And the light bulb goes off, and I'm like, this is what David was talking about. So then I'm looking, well, how am I going to get to South Africa to take the course there, or go meet Moira in Canada? I'm like, I just don't know how this is going to happen. You just put it out to the universe and just figure, okay, if this is meant to be, somehow it will happen. And then COVID, of course, hit. And, I'm not trying to say, it's been roses dealing with COVID, but it allowed for Moira to teach the course online for the first time. And that's how I met Louise. She's one of my color mirror sisters. And we did the course over 6 months, which normally it's like 10 days, a week or something like that to do it in person. So I felt it was very beneficial to do it the way that it was taught to us. And it just opened up my world, like in ways that I can't even explain. It helped me deal with past traumas and get to the root of the issue and just look at life, that everything that unfolds is perfect. So that's kind of how I got introduced to the color mirror system. And we'll go into a little more about what that is and do some mini readings and whatnot. But I'm going to hand it over to Louise now and let her introduce herself and talk a little bit about what the color mirror system is and what it does.
Okay, thanks, Lisa.
Well, thank you.
I'm not going to attempt to introduce you because I'm going to...
That's okay. So hello everyone, I'm Louise Fairclough of the Angel Room. I'm based in West Yorkshire here in the UK. You can find me on my Facebook page, The Angel Room, and also I have a YouTube page. I'm also a photographer specializing in nature, so you can also find my photography page, which is called Green Man Photography, again on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, my history, I've been a holistic health practitioner now for over 20 years. In that time, I've worked with all kinds of modalities. So, crystals, Reiki, meditation, reflexology, and so on and so on. And I've worked with many clients, both human and animal. and worked predominantly with physical issues. But as a lot of you know, physical issues often have an emotional or psychological root cause. So really the one piece of the jigsaw that was missing from my work was the psychological aspect. And this is where the colour mirrors kind of just slotted in really well with all the other work that I'm doing. So it was the perfect fit, really. And I've always been a lover of colour. And anyone who knows me well would tell you that my home is literally a rainbow of all the colours. So even when people have, these sort of like decor trends of colours and go for the more neutral shades like cream and grey and white, no, not me. I've always kind of blazed my own trail with my colour choices. So, of course, it's not just me. I mean, a lot of us, we all have colour in our lives in various ways. It's the clothes we wear, as you can see, the funky shirt I'm wearing today, the colour of the car that we drive, the food that we eat, and like I say, the home decor. So everything is about colour. So in terms of a therapy, of course, colour mirrors is brilliant. And I can honestly say that it's been, again, like Lisa mentioned, life-changing for me. I'd heard of colour mirrors a few years ago. And when the opportunity came up for me to do a 20-week spiritual development course with Moira Bush, which obviously involved colour, of course, I snapped it up. It sounded really interesting. So the amazing and profound insights that I received, really began this journey of colour probably just over a year ago now, of studying and learning more about this incredible system. So, of course, I've not only completed my practitioner level, I've also gone on and done the teacher's program as well with colour mirrors, which is a whole other level of really mind-blowing and accurate insights. So it means that I can now teach the practitioner course as well. So if any of you are interested in learning more and wanting to learn a bit more about it, then do get in touch. Because like I say, it does work well with other modalities like Reiki, meditation, and so on. It's a really good complement. Mm-hmm. So the colour mirrors, of course, is a colour system. It's using the psychology of colour to help you reach your full potential. And each colour choice that you make is actually acting as a mirror, hence the name colour mirrors. So your personal colour choice will literally mirror back to you the potential that you hold. And of course, anything that blocks you or causes issues for you too. So I use personally the colour mirrors with clients for their personal, business and spiritual empowerment. I always try to look with my work, find the positives, even in the negative situations, because you can often find them, of course. And of course, with this system, whenever you work through the rainbow of colours, you're also raising your energy vibration too. And as you work through the rainbow journey of colours, and there are 19 colours that we work with in the colour mirror system, you'll literally, a bit like when you play computer games and you level up, you'll also level up with this system energetically and, of course, on all other levels too, to be honest. So a good example, I've got some bottles on my desk actually, is, say, for example, the heart chakra. I've taken that as an example. So as you, of course, a lot of you know, this is the C4 bottle, which is the traditional green chakra heart bottle. So this is how we often know it. This is what we call the traditional chakra color. But as our, the whole planet is evolving energetically and we're ascending, so are our, chakras in our energy system. So then we move up to the C12, which is the sort of like the enlightened chakra, the transitional color, which is this pink and lilac bottle. So if we're looking at the two together, what does it, why are we transitioning? Well, of course, the green is really about envy, jealousy, conditional love, the sort of lack of boundaries, all that sort of thing. Whereas this pink is unconditional love, and the lilac is kind of like the spiritualized, or the spiritualization of the heart. So, of course, it's reminding us with this higher level bottle that we are all God in a body. So really, what's not to love about that? So I find this all this stuff really fascinating. Of course, all the chakras have their traditional color as we know it, and also this new transitional color as well. But I mean, that could be a whole talk on itself. So that's just a little sort of insight into me and my work and how the colors kind of go. So I don't know if, hopefully that all makes sense so far. anybody got any questions, I'm happy to answer them, and so's Lisa.
Yeah, so I know I'm looking to the left here, so that's what you're seeing in the YouTube live. Our color sister Aurelia is on here.
Oh, brilliant! Excellent.
Another Louise and Christiane. So if any of you have a question, so we're going to be offering probably about 20 minutes of just little mini readings. So be specific in what you're asking. We have a couple ways to do this. I call one the traffic light reading, which is you just want a quick yes or no or hold off, kind of wait. That's, the red, yellow, and green. And then we can delve into a little more where if you have a specific question, the heart of the issue or the root of the issue, Louise will shuffle the color mirrors deck and pull one of 44 cards out from that. Yeah. But before we jump into that, and make sure you put it down in the comments box. I randomly selected from the 44 cards in the color mirrors deck, which looks like this. And the cards look like this. For the system to select 3 bottles. So Priscilla, if you're able to pull up that first slide, and if not, there we go.
There we are.
So these are yep, it's there. So what we're going to ask you to do is you won't know what the bottles are. These are just clear bottles so that you don't know which colors they are. And we'd like you to pick a bottle number 1, 2, or 3. And this is just a message for you for the upcoming weekend. Later, we're going to reveal what bottle number 1, bottle number 2, and bottle number 3 is and the message behind those. So that will be later, a reveal for later. So in the comments, just pick a bottle. You don't have to know what they represent right now because that will be revealed. So yeah. And then if you have a question and like a little mini reading, please put it in the chat box, the comment box. And we will delve right in and give you guys some mini readings. Sound good?
Fantastic. That sounds amazing. So it'll step us nicely onto question time. So if you'd like to all put your questions in the question box, and then I will start answering, reading them out, and both Lisa and Louise will give you your answers. So
perfect. And if we don't, then we're gonna have Priscilla be our guinea pig today. So I don't see any. I see people have chosen. Christiane chose bottle number 2. Louise picked bottle number 1. And Aurelia number 2. And Louise, which bottle? Priscilla, which bottle have you chosen?
Oh, I'm going to go and be the odd one out and do the 3.
Okay. That's usually my go-to number as well. I'm going to choose number 3.
And because there's 3 of us, and because we've had such technical stuff going on, I thought, well, number 3 is the power of 3.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, since no one has asked a question, would you like a reading? Priscilla?
Okay, well, let me ask Christiane. Would you like to put a question into the box or ask a question? I know she had a few questions she wanted to ask.
Perfect. And
just
same.
type a question in.
And Aurelia and Louise.
And Louise as well.
Yeah, there's another Louise on the.
Yeah, it's not me. I'm not reading for myself.
Thank you, Louise. What about Aurelia? Maybe Aurelia would like to ask a question as well.
Perfect.
So.
No one's popped up yet.
Just a lot of silence.
Well, hopefully they're not having technical issues on their end. Well, why don't you ask a question, Priscilla? Do you have one in mind so we can get the ball rolling here?
I can. Oh, I don't know. I hadn't even prepared a question to ask.
Okay.
But
okay,
shall we say?
We got Christiane. Okay, she says that she's moving to a new place next month. So what is your question, Christiane?
Well, I think by her saying I'm moving into a new place, it's like, will everything go smoothly, and is it the right thing for me?
Okay, well, let me do the traffic light question.
Yeah.
Is this new place next month the right fit for her? And then, Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'm getting the red card, which is kind of a no. So maybe, Louise, would you be willing to
have a look, delve
have
deeper into it? Yeah.
What's behind that?
Okay.
Doesn't mean that you can't do it, but maybe there's some issue that you need to be aware of.
Right away, I'm picking up on, with it being red, I'm thinking base chakra and maybe some kind of financial issue. So have you bitten off more than you can chew financially in some way?
No, she wouldn't have, no.
Okay, so this is Black Dragon. This is kind of interesting. This is, and it says light in the darkness. And of course, in color mirrors, black isn't actually black. It's actually very deep magenta. So magenta is actually magenta is always about time, and it says the time is now. So I really feel as well that if, you know, the point about moving is if you don't do it now, then when are you going to do it? So if you're still a bit, maybe kind of cold feet about it in some way, it's really saying, you know, do that. It's the right time to do it now. How are you? What do you think, Lisa? How are you picking up on it?
Well, it'd be good to have some feedback from her. I'm not sure if she was asking, was that the right place?
Yeah, I think that she has just moved around quite a bit, and so she just wants to know, is this like...
I'm feeling a grounding energy. She needs to be grounded and centered and really look at what it is that she wants and put it out to the universe. Expect a miracle. Don't be so confined as like it has to have this, this, or this, because sometimes spirit finds something that there's something else that we haven't even thought of. But yeah, there's something that she needs to pay attention to with this new place.
Definitely.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's what we're picking up. I know that Suki had put what is the bottle for 2021, and so how we figure that out is we add up 2 + 2 + 1 for 2021, which is 5 in numerology, which is all about Mercury, and we just happen to be in going into. So expect a lot of change, global shifts happened, mass awakenings happened last year with model Uranus. And so with 5, it's about heart-centered energy, a lot of change. That's just universal for everybody. What's going on? Do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, Mercury is also about communication, and particularly communication online. So you've obviously found that a lot of us have gone to Zoom and those kind of platforms to do our communicating with people. So that has been kind of like the thing going on right now. Also, 21 year is also the key bottle in color mirrors. So in some ways, you may be handed a key this year to something. So be mindful of that. It could be opening up new doors, quite literally, a new home, or it could be new opportunities, those kind of things. So it's definitely more of a positive energy than the 20 bottle, which was the awakening bottle. So we've kind of shifted. So we're hopefully open some new doors for all of us in some way. Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, so some of our other questions are, so Suki says, why am I procrastinating regarding the decorating?
Okay, and then also, where is it? Suki asked number 15 for her, please, which is the magician bottle, which is olive over olive. Do you want to explain a little bit about that one, Louise, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I mean, I could give a little bit of insight. The magician is obviously like you. It's almost like you're the magician in your own life. You can manifest. You know, you're the alchemist. Now it's interesting that because it's like that olive over olive, and olive is always about feminine power. So it's about you stepping up into that feminine power. You've got the green with a little bit of yellow, so it's really the heart. It's also empowering yourself from that heart center and do what brings you joy, because whatever brings you joy will help you to manifest more and be more powerful in the world. So there is that going on as well.
And it's also about releasing yourself from stagnation. So your question was, why are you procrastinating regarding decorating?
And again, it's olive also, this bottle is also about hope for the future as well. So, you know, what is it? I feel like you're blocking yourself, because if you're the magician, then you have the power to create. You also have the power in the opposite direction as well, you know, to destroy or not to act. So yeah, it's about creating that magical reality, you know, in your own home, and then sharing it with other people as well.
Perfect.
So Christiane had replied, and she says, "I've been staying with at my son's place and looking after 2 grandchildren," and she said she is a little bit worried about finances and stuff like that. So I think she's just wanting to know whether it's the right decision for her.
Well, we got the red bottle, so it was kind of. I think that there's some. I think being grounded and just being open for something better to show up for you.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get into a place that's not the right fit. You'll immediately know. And pay attention to the number of the home too, because that represents the numerology in the home on what it is you want it to do to support you. And then bottle, Suki's asking about 2022, so that's number 6. Bear with me, I don't have them all memorized.
22 is the forgiveness bottle.
Yeah, it's the Venus bottle, which is pink over pink. That unconditional love.
6 is, yeah. I thought she meant 22. That's why I said forgiveness. That's forgiveness.
Yeah, that's a master number.
Yeah.
And then she's just saying that she can totally relate to that. Thank you. I think my wand is broken. Thank you, lady. And then Christiane had said finance is a concern. Yeah. I don't know if there's any other questions. I'm just kind of scrolling. I know that's usually your job, Priscilla.
I'm also trying to see.
So let me just
hi to Julie and to Christiane and to Fiona.
So I just asked a question for Suki. Is there something better that's going to show up for her in the next 2 months? And I got the green card. So just be open to something better coming through for you than this place that you asked the question about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling, and I think Louise is as well.
Okay, fantastic. And then Fiona was saying 11 for me, please.
Well, that's the duality bottle, which is clear over.
Yes.
That's a master number.
Yep.
Master number.
Yeah, it's clear over that, or actually it's the top part is the black, which is that deep magenta color.
Yeah.
Over clear. Do you want to go into a little bit about that, Louise?
Yeah, this bottle always reminds me of the yin and yang. And of course, you can't have one without the other. So you've got the black and the white, but each has got a little circle or a dot of the opposite color. So, you know, it's all part of the whole. And really, it's a reminder that there's no such thing as separation from you and the divine. Everything is one. Everything is perfect. And the only thing that stops you from being in that place is really your judgment of it. So, you know, or even guilt, because magenta is about the top section, which is looks like black, is magenta, which is to do with the guilt. So maybe, you know,
and being that it's a master number, it's that last lift of separation. So you're coming to like a place of completing and working through that issue.
Yeah.
So
and if you think of and if you think of the number 11, it looks like a portal. So you're about to pass through a new gateway to something else. So just kind of go with the flow, I want to say there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You see, now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon and asking other numbers.
We didn't think we were going to go into like them picking numbers.
No, that's fine. So that's fine.
That's what's really cool is even without looking at the colors of the bottles. I remember when Louise and I, it was part of our homework when we were in the course, we had to do readings for other students, and we were each other's first go at it. We're like, well, should we look at the bottles and choose them? Because we know what the colors mean. And we're like, let's just pick a number. So we would pick a number between 1 and 87 with the color mirror bottles. And then there's also the essences, which look like this. Those we want between 1 and 50. I want to say 50 or 57. So, and then they would be spot on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even when we work with the system, and our energy changes too, and our issues constantly change, and we're constantly working through things, even the spiritual principles, going up the ladder and then coming back down and going back up. So and working.
Well, there we go. And Fiona was saying, she says, it's my portal's 11th birthday this year. So all the work she does is her 11th birthday.
Yeah.
So
well, that's probably why she also picked that number 11, because
and actually,
energy.
And it's quite interesting as well, because if clients come and they're not really sure what they're working with, we just say, don't worry about it.
Right.
You don't have to know. Just pick a number, pick a bottle, and the bottle tells us a story, gives us a picture, an overview, and we can it opens up a conversation then, and that's where we can start. It's a really good springboard to open that conversation up.
What's also beautiful about these bottles is it talks about the root of the issue, and it also provides solutions too.
Yeah.
And you walk away kind of feeling better than before you started your reading, in the sense that it's not everything's rose-colored glasses, but it gives you, it just gets right to it, no BS, and tells you solutions on how to work with those vibrations.
I mean, I've heard stories of people who've been in therapy for, say, a year, and within one session of, a color mirror session, it's got to the root of the problem that a year of therapy couldn't do. So it's obviously unlocking something. Yeah. And it's just a really amazing, self-awareness tool. It's just brilliant.
And not to knock therapy. I think that can be very beneficial.
No, absolutely. Everything's got its place. Yeah.
Psychologists that use this.
Yeah, totally.
And you have people that go to pick a color, and then it just gets right to the issue, and then they ask the psychologist, well, how'd you know that? Someone told you. It's like, no, we don't know.
We're in the color.
Yeah. And so I see Suki says, I'm very drawn to yellow at present. What is this energy? That means that you're needing some more joy in your life, some more fun. Yellow is about that energy. So what I say to people is find ways to, do something that sparks joy for you. Wearing yellow, and it's interesting. Yellow is one of those colors that you don't see a lot of people wearing. I don't know what that is, but yeah. So that's the yellow energy.
Yeah, it's quite interesting as well, because obviously in a more negative aspect, if you want to call it that, yellow can be about betrayal. And it's interesting in color mirrors because we not only take one color, we look at combinations of colors. So say, like yellow is chosen next to red, for example, you may have been betrayed in terms of money. Or if it's like yellow next to like a violet bottle, you may say, you've been betrayed from a spiritual aspect. So it does tell us, it's quite involved once you get into it. But obviously we're keeping it simple today. Otherwise, everyone's just going to be.
Yeah. And Suki is painting her lounge yellow at the moment. So.
Oh, right. There you go. So bring more joy in. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. And then
so Christiane said she wanted the number 12, please. So.
Number 12 is the Heaven on Earth. I've actually got this bottle just up here.
That's a beautiful bottle.
This is the bottle 12, as you can see. Bottle 12 is violet over red. And this is really, it's revealing our core beliefs that are keeping you from living your perfect life. Because obviously you've got the red, which is your kind of like your human life. And this is like your spiritual side. So there's something that's keeping you from living like you're literally your heaven on earth. So that's that one.
That's not appropriate.
And also with the dual bottles, the top part is our conscious and the bottom is our subconscious, the part that our soul wants us to be aware of, that we will not be aware of, the message behind that. I see that Julie has asked a question. I'd like to get a clear idea about career direction. So do you want to shuffle some cards, Louise?
Yeah, I'll shuffle a card,
what may come up. And then Julie, if you have a specific question about...
Okay, I've got energy healer. This is a copper bottle.
I think she's very stuck in her career, so she wants to
I don't know if
choose a different path.
I don't know if you're thinking about being some kind of therapist or healer, but this is usually a very clear sign that that's what you need to be doing, working with energy in whatever way that manifests. It could be literally a Reiki healer, crystals, whatever you're drawn to. That's just a really clear sign of that's what you need to be doing. That's your future potentially. Yeah. Do you want to add anything, Lisa?
I think it's spot on. I don't think I need to add any more. He has a specific.
Yeah, you can't get much clearer than that, really.
Enjoy the journey. I mean, if this is something completely new, check out different modalities and what kind of resonates. And a lot of us that have become healers, this is not new to us this lifetime. And there's some things that just feel like coming home. And that's what the color mirrors system and numerology feels for me. And then I guess Suki's got, what color is the best to wear to get yourself out of a rut? Well, that's an interesting question, because I think it just depends on what sort of rut you're in.
Yeah.
If it's career choice, health, relationships, romantic relationships. I mean, can you be a little more specific, Suki? Because then we can.
I think it's also important because we were talking about it before we went live about the fact we all chose different colors to wear tonight.
Yes.
So.
We mentioned, have you ever put on, a blouse or an outfit and you're just like, oh, no, this isn't it. Your body, your energy, your body is telling you what's feeling right at the moment. And Louise and we had a little prep meeting yesterday. I'm like, what are we going to wear tomorrow? I said, I'll probably go with turquoise. And then today I put on bright pink, and it was like, nope.
No, and I was toying with the idea of wearing blue with communication, and I should have done with hindsight with this video technology thing going on. But then I thought, no, I couldn't decide. So I just wore the whole rainbow. It just made it was a bit of a no-brainer, really. But
so Suki is saying, So I think this is where it'd be good to draw some cards, and then we'll come up with the color and
okay. So I'll focus on the question, see what color comes up. Let's have a look. Have a shuffle. We've got gold, and before this came out, I kind of half expected it, because gold is about stepping into your authenticity, being your true self, not hiding any aspect of yourself anymore, and really dropping all the masks. We all wear them. We're a certain person, we're a sister, we're a wife, we're this, that, and the other, whatever we are. We've all got different roles, different masks, and it's time to forget all that and just step into your own authentic power. It's a really great color, because of course gold is very transformative. It's also makes you aware of your, people say, oh, you're worth your weight in gold. So it's really about seeing your own worth. It's kind of irrelevant what's going on, whichever area you're looking at, it's always going to come back to this. It's your I amness. It's stepping into your power. And of course, it's connecting you spiritually as well, and sort of channeling what your soul and, what, wants you to be, and what it wants you to be, and who it wants you to be, and all that sort of thing. So of course you know within yourself, because gold's about wisdom. So within yourself the answers. You don't really need us to tell you. I know sometimes it's good to get that validation. And of course, if you struggle with any self-esteem issues, anything like that, then this stepping into your power. And really, self-esteem is just about doing things that make you feel good about you in whatever way that manifests for you. So that's the best advice I would give. Work on yourself, work on your self-empowerment, building yourself up. And then, like I said before about the magician energy, you can do anything then. You can be the alchemist and turn the base metal into gold.
That's perfect. I had to work through coming out of the, proverbial spiritual closet last year, and just really saying, okay, am I ready to take this on and do this? Because I was pushed, spirit was pushing me, but, I had to get real clear and really step into my authentic divine self, and knowing that I will be financially and spiritually supported, and to trust that, this is all going to work out. And that's what that gold energy can help you with, for sure.
Okay, and then I had a question for the other Louise that's listening in. She's making a career change and a move change to another country. So she just wants to know whether that's the right pathway for her.
Okay. Well, let me do the traffic light, and then Louise would step in and see what energy and cards. Okay, so is moving to a new country the right fit for her right now? I got the yellow card, which is kind of like the weight. And usually when this card comes up, it's not a yes or a no. It's just that there's more information that needs to kind of unfold before completely stepping in and jumping in. So maybe, Louise, you could draw some cards and see what color mirror card comes up to kind of give a little more.
Weirdly enough, as you were talking about pulling the card, I kept on getting amber, like the middle traffic light.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept on getting that coming up. So when you drew the yellow, I thought, oh, okay.
Yeah, there's more information that needs to unfold.
So I got this red energy. So red is really, it's this grounding message again, isn't it? It's where do you feel home is? That's quite a open question, really, because home, they say that home is where the heart is. I feel as well, because it's to do with roots, I feel it's like it's wherever you put your roots, that's where home will be. But like Lisa said, maybe give it a little more pause for thought, just think it over a bit more, particularly, again, materially, the financial aspect of it, because obviously it's not just a case of, moving house, you're moving country.
Right.
And of course, it's that separation. And is that, will you be too homesick by doing it? There's that kind of separation as well. It could be looking at that sort of thing. So really, just follow your heart, I want to say here, because again, it can be linked with blood and family ties and all that sort of thing as well. So just, think it through maybe a little bit more before you finally make that decision. And
maybe there's some negotiation that still needs to be done with the new job.
Yeah.
It's not a no. It's just more information needs to unfold.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then we had Jeanette jumping in. She's like, using angelic numbers 100 times a day, no joke. Can I interpret this meaning? It is the point I'm afraid about this. I feel warmth in random places. So,
well, first off, don't be afraid of numbers showing up. They're usually messages from spirit, and 1 is about new beginnings, and when you've got zeros behind it, it's just, it's like some people see 11:11 or 1, 2, 3, 12:34.
Yeah.
I was waking up at 3:33 at the same time, like 5 days in a row, and they're just messages to get your attention. 1 is about new beginnings.
Yeah.
So also pay attention what's going on around you when you see that number happening a lot. That's spirit trying to get your attention to something. I don't know what that something is.
Yeah.
Don't ever be afraid of it. You're okay. And then she says she feels warmth in random places. Maybe that's you're picking up on spirit's energy around you. I usually... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, interestingly, in colour mirrors, number 1 is the sun bottles. That could explain the warmth as well, of course.
Yes.
It's a totally yellow bottle, which is about your power, stepping into your power. I feel like, I don't know if you've had any depression, but it can really help overcome any low feelings, or if you've been feeling a bit flat lately, it literally shines into your light. It's just that blast of energy that you may be needing at the moment, that positivity and that joy. So I'd say here as well, just do what makes your heart happy. Do what brings you joy. Focus on that. Don't focus on the negative stuff, because you'll just attract more of it.
That's true. Yeah.
And the yellow colour is all about the solar plexus as well.
Yes.
That's the I am center. So it's about who she is and who she's going to become.
And that's the same message with the sun bottle as well. It's the I am. So it's exactly the same message. Yeah.
And there's definitely a theme going on here. This was another thing that when I would do readings, I was, sharing with Louise, like for a while there, it was the coral and turquoise energy coming up in every single reading. And our teacher Moira was like, well, that's a message for you too, Lisa. I said, so you mean to tell me these readings I'm doing for people are all about me?
Yeah.
But there's energetically some similarity of stuff going on for people. So when you see that, and the yellow energy and the gold energy is coming up a lot in the readings we're doing here. And I know that someone had asked, Suki was asking, what color would be good for the collective to wear to uplift the current damp energies? Anything that gets you out of a rut, anything that makes you feel good. So if you're feeling good, you're emanating that energy out. I don't think really there's like one specific color. It depends on what you're wanting to attract or what energy you're wanting to invoke. And then Suki, I think I saw here that she did the color mirrors class.
Yes.
So, and she's familiar with this energy too. Great question.
Right, okay.
Yeah, definitely is. And Louise says spot on. Thank you very much. So
you're welcome.
It's always good to get some
it's great to get the feedback.
We're not like really going out to left field. I've done readings with people where I'm like, is any of this making any sense?
And they just sit there blank, and you've got no response, no reaction.
It's like, oh God, am I really just talking out of my?
I get that. And I'm doing my readings. I'm the same. And I'm going on and on and on. I'm talking. I'm thinking the person's not reacting at all. And I'm saying, okay, is this making sense? Yes, yes, yes. It's all making sense. I said, well, then just say yes.
I think they're just testing us basically to make sure we make sure on the ball. Yeah.
I know we've been on here for about 40 minutes and we have about an hour here. So if any, we'll take 2 last questions and then we're going to bring up
question.
Then we'll bring up the color bottles.
A question. Is there any indication that I'll make a breakthrough in the near future? And I'm trying, as trying times going to come to an end for her. So she's been having quite a struggle of late, really struggling career-wise and life-wise, and she's not breaking through.
So I drew the green card. In the next 3 months, there is going to be a breakthrough for her. And of course, we're all really feeling the massiveness of COVID and feeling, just having to be in lockdowns and less, socialization and things like that. Of course, it's going to come to an end. We've been talking that that everything happens in perfection, as weird as that may sound, as talking about COVID with perfection. I think for a lot of people, it's allowed us to slow down, find new career choices, all sorts of things. I mean, there's gifts. You can find gifts in just about any situation. Just to hang in there. Again, find things that spark joy for you. If it's, get out in nature, go for a walk. For me, it's, putting these Pisces feet in the ocean. That's where I get grounded and centered. But yeah, things are looking better on the horizon. We're not going to be stuck in this energy forever. There's some residual stuff that needs to be clearing. Some people talk about the purification and whatnot, but this was probably inevitably going to happen, and it's making humanity look at things differently at a higher consciousness level.
Yeah,
amazing. Suki also said she was trained by Moira.
Right, okay. Yeah, and just going back to what Lisa was saying with the energy, I pulled the Pink Angel card, and it's the love and romance card. And of course, in color mirrors, pink relates to, they always say that love and money are connected. So of course, this is a really good for working with other people in a group kind of setting. It's also about loving yourself a bit more. Obviously, it's about, it could potentially be romance coming in, but pink, I do feel it's an uplifting, it's nurturing. So I do feel, love and money. I don't know what the issue is around, but both of those areas are going to pick up.
Unconditional love for oneself.
Yes, absolutely.
That and self-acceptance comes up just about in every reading. I mean, for me in my own life, and
you'll also start to feel more heard by people. If you felt a bit invisible lately, you'll start to feel a bit more visible in the world, I suppose. But the more that you love yourself, you'll start radiating it out, and then you'll just people reflect back to you as well. So it's a lovely card to have. Is that?
Yeah, and we usually spray that bottle when people come in for a reading, or even when we're doing distance readings, we spray that. It looks like we've got one last question from John, and then we'll go into your color bottle choices.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Suki. You're awesome too.
Will my son cope with these 2 boys when I move to the retirement village?
Okay. I'll draw the 3, and then you're going to draw. Christian's son cope with the 2 boys when she moves to the retirement village. Yes, they're going to be okay. They're going to be fine. And Louise is going to draw. So I got the green card. So yes, Christian, your son will cope with his 2 boys when you move to the retirement village. I'm hoping that you're not going to be too far away where you can visit and they can visit you. And so the message behind the yes to that question, Louise, you will draw a card for her.
I've got the white soul congealed light. So essentially it's a white card. So this is really giving clarity. And I do feel, you know, it might feel a bit like, oh, you're a bit unsure at the moment, but you will see in time that, yes, the right decision is made. Everything's going to be fine. It's giving you that kind of that confirmation that everything's going to be okay. And of course, it reminds me, I want us to talk about gratitude as well. You know, don't focus on the negative aspects of this situation. Focus on the positive, because I do feel it's going to be absolutely fine.
And don't worry, because you know what worrying means. The things that you worry about is what you're actually, it's like a mantra of that worrying to come into play.
Yeah.
They're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So that leads us very nice onto the 3 bottles. Just shall I pop up the answers?
Yeah, so now we're going to reveal what bottles 1, 2, and 3 are, and I'm going to talk about the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So let's
okay, so that was the first one.
So we're just waiting. If we have technical issues, in a minute.
It's coming, it's coming.
Well, I'll just
I don't know why it's not coming on.
Well, let me just show here. And then if it pops up, you let me know. Okay, so here are your bottle choices. Let me go. It's hard to look backwards. Okay, so bottle number 1 is the Blue Angel. So if you chose bottle number 1, the Blue Angel is the angel of protection and communication. So these bottles represent what's coming up for you in the next week. So if you chose number 1, hi. So if you chose bottle number 1, just know that everything's going to work out okay. You are safe. Make sure that you have clear communication when you're talking with people. It helps you also to relinquish any control and to feel safe to speak freely. And just know that this angel's wrapping their wings around you and just giving you a cloak of protection, and just know that you're safe. Do you want to add anything to that?
I feel it's about, stop trying to take control of everything, because you're connected to the divine at all times. So in spiritual truth, there's no separation. So you don't need to control anything. Everything's just fine. Blue is also good. I've been having hay fever issues lately. So if you've got any sinus issues, hay fever issues, this bottle is brilliant for that as well. And also it helps you to release any tears when you're able to cry. It helps you to release them. So if you are feeling a bit stuck, maybe get hold of one of these bottles if you feel drawn to that.
And it's also about connecting with your divine light and the blueprint of what you set out to accomplish this lifetime. And there's also Archangel Michael bottle. That's a different bottle, but this bottle reminds me of him as well. That just feeling safe, protected, being able to communicate. I
want to say Mother Mary as well. Of course, that nurturing, mothering aspect too.
Yeah. And in numerology, 1 is about new beginnings too. So looking at things in a new way, even though it's not bottle number 1 in the color mirror system. I'm just saying it's bottle number 1 that we selected here randomly. And it's about clearing and cleansing any conditioning or belief systems that aren't serving you. It's also about that as well. And then if you chose bottle number 2, you chose the pink dragon, and Louise is going to talk about that.
Yeah, well, I love dragons. They're really helpful for the times when we kind of need a kick up the butt, because they offer us empowerment and friendship when we're feeling a bit stuck, but they also help us to keep our feet on the ground as well. And the pink dragon in color mirrors is actually known as the Disney dragon, because she's all about spontaneity and having fun, and just having that sort of childlike wonder and excitement about the world, because she's reminding us that we all have an inner child within us, and from time to time the inner child needs to be acknowledged and needs to be allowed to express itself, because often we're too busy being adults to forget all about the fun stuff of life. And of course, if we ignore the inner child's needs, then it will get our attention. So, for example, we may spend money that we don't have and then end up in debt, all those kinds of dynamics going on. So if we become aware of which aspect of life is still being run by the wounded child, which is one of the 4 survival archetypes that we all have, the wounded inner child can really kind of limit your potential for an abundant life. So the pink dragon and the inner child really want to take time out to play and have fun, because without the fun, life's just going to be really boring and dull, let's be honest. We can take things way too seriously, and I'm sure a lot of us need this after all the last few months of the COVID stuff. So again, it's just allowing your inner child to be heard and loved. And like I said before, the pink also links with the love and money aspect. So if you have a lack of one, you have a lack of the other. And if you have love, then you have money. So they're kind of interlinked. And it's also a little reminder from the dragon as well that love begins with self-love. It's so important. And it's about self-care, nurturing. So yeah, just go out there, have some fun, practice some self-care. So I just hope you find that message helpful. That's basically what she wants to say today.
It's real interesting. The yellow energy coming up is, brings some more joy. And this is kind of along those same lines. And Aurelia said, then more play for me this week. Yes, Aurelia.
Yes, definitely.
I'll be looking for your Facebook posts. So then we've got bottle number 3, which is the Choral Angel. And Choral is all about self-acceptance, self-love. This one is saying that the Choral Angel is the angel of manifestation and magic. It's basically giving you permission to go for whatever your heart desires, bring more magic into your life. It also can be about releasing any issues of abuse, self-bullying as well, releasing those energies. And then it's safe to just go for it and to just remind yourself that you are a divine being here to have a divine experience, and no one can take that away from you. And just really stepping into self-acceptance of yourself and self-love, divine love, that type of energy.
Yeah.
So there you have it. So
I think it's been such an amazing journey because, I've been in this field for a long time. And, since the COVID hit everybody, we've had to think on our feet and come online. And so it's been a big learning curve for everybody to now take things online and become more technical. And we've had a lot of technical hitches today. Them, which has been amazing. And it's just been amazing to know that the power of colors, who would have thought that the power of colors would have such a huge impact and influence in our lives. And I know you were talking a bit about power, about color mirrors, and it was actually originated by Melissie Jolly, and she's actually from Africa.
Yeah.
So I'm proud that it's African African born, in a sense. It's born from the heart of Africa.
Yes.
So I'm quite proud of that. The motherland.
And it's been around a while. I mean, she actually founded the system back in 2001, so it's been around quite a while. It's not a new one. But yeah, the amount of, it's just so profound and just full of wisdom and multi-layered. You can just go deeper and deeper into it. It's just incredible. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
And the combination of the colors together, you can choose one color and then it gives you a reading, and you choose another one and you put them together and it gives something completely different. Which
you can
amazing.
Pick 3 bottles. We talked about this, and you can line them up, and then just by moving the bottle over, it gives a completely different message. And Karani, who's part of the color mirror system, wrote a beautiful book and just updated it about color combinations. I mean, it's just mind blowing. The system is so fascinating. I mean, just I'm constantly learning new stuff every day, especially
absolutely
graduate practitioner. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I like that it can get right to the root of the issue and give you solutions on how to remedy things that are going on in your life. And we've even seen comments that confirmation, people feel better now. It allows you just to like exhale and take a deep breath in and let it out. Like, okay, I'm going to be okay. Yeah. And so that's it for our messages. And we're going to kind of wrap it up with a meditation that's about 10 to 12 minutes. So we want to make sure that nobody's driving while doing this. Watch it on the replay, because it will take you very deep. And I usually want to take a nap afterwards. And then as far as our contact information, I'm not sure if that was put up earlier or people can get that information.
Yes.
Perfect. So you can connect with me, Lisa Chamaine. My Facebook page is Lisa's Healing Tree. There, you got that. My phone number. I'm also on Instagram at Lisa's Healing Tree, and then Louise's contact information will pop up on the screen as well. And you can get in touch with her. You want to learn more about color mirror system, reach out to either one of us. We do readings. We'd love to share what we know. And welcome to the color mirror family. You're stuck with us now. So I'm going to hand it over to Louise to walk us through this meditation and just find a comfortable space.
Yeah, and if you want to, grab some paper and a pen. You might want to make some notes at the end, or if you've got a journal, that's perfect. Or if not, you can always come back and listen to it later. If, like Lisa said, if you're driving or doing something that you can't sort of take your attention away from. So I'll just give you a moment just to get yourself settled there. And I'm just going to spray this pink angel spray for everybody and just send this energy out. Some lovely. Just send that out to you all. Okay. So let's begin. And I'd like you to start by gently closing your eyes and take a nice deep breath. And just be with your body for a moment. And feel where you're holding tension and just let it go. And let the relaxation start at the top of your crown and wash down like warm, gentle energy, relaxing your forehead, your eyelids, your cheeks, and your jaw. Relax the back of your head, your neck, and your throat. Relax your shoulders. Breathe into them and put down the burdens of the week. Put down the world outside. This is your time for healing. Really relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, your elbows, and your hands. Relax the muscles down your spine. Relax your chest. Let your breath come easily and gently. Relax your stomach muscles. Relax into your hips. Relax your thighs, your knees, calves, and shins. Relax your ankles and your feet. Let the relaxation wash down like warm, gentle energy, washing out every last bit of tension, out through the soles of your feet and into the earth where it is transformed. And you're now going to focus on your solar plexus. Breathe in your I amness. Say I am into your solar plexus just below the rib cage. And move it all the way down through your body to the base of your spine. Feeling the warm, gentle energy traveling down your legs and into your feet. Feel all your toes warming up. And then allow the energy to enter the earth through the soles of your feet. Let the energy move deeply into the center of the earth, and there you connect to the molten golden center of the earth. And when you are there, pause a moment until you can feel the throbbing heartbeat of the planet. You are feeling the heartbeat of Mother Earth, the I amness of the planet, connecting to your I amness. I amness is a statement that says, I am divine. And now you are meeting the Earth's divinity. And take a nice deep breath. And take that I amness, that golden earth energy, all the way back through your legs and into your base chakra area, where your hips are, and say, I am supported materially by my soul. And now breathe into the area just below the navel, which we call our sacral area, and breathe in there. I am the creator of my reality. And then breathe into your solar plexus, where our journey started, and breathe in there, I am, and let that light expand. And now breathe in and take that energy up to your heart. And feel your heart opening up as you do this. Breathe in, we are the I am. And let that energy expand your heart and connect with every living being on the planet. Every human, every animal, every living being, heart to heart. Feel your connection to the planet. We are the I am. Connect with everyone you love. Hold them in that energy that reminds them that they are part of the divine. And then expand that energy in a flash of light right around the planet, human heart to human heart. Connecting through a grid of love. And hold that grid of light around the planet, sending it into all those places where they have forgotten that they are divine. And then breathe the energy into your throat area and breathe in saying, I am perfect. And just feel that perfection. I am perfect. And then breathe that energy into your third eye. I am the vision of the new age. And feel what it's like to acknowledge that you are the architect, the builder, the visionary of the new age. Breathe it in. I am the vision of the new age. And then breathe that energy into your crown, like a lotus flower opening up at the top of your head. And breathe in, I am my soul's inner body. And feel your soul, almost as if it is the hand of your soul coming down from the heavens, stroking your crown, your hair, and the top of your head. And allow yourself at this moment to feel the presence of your soul, your spiritual higher self. Touching you, connecting with you, and blessing you. And at this moment, invite your soul to be on this journey with you, consciously constructing and building an incredible life journey. And thank your soul for being present. And breathe in your soul all the way into your third eye, into your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your base, and all the way down your legs. Feel your soul becoming more present, more consciously connected with you. And feel the difference your body now feels, and that you acknowledge and accept the gift that is a higher presence of your soul with you always. And remember that we are all connected with the angels and the beings of light. And feel that light holding you. And then allow the greatest of the archangel realm, the archangel Metatron, to step forward before you. Feel the energy of this being enfolding you. And ask, is there anything you need to know right now? Be open to the information. And when you have completed this, gently bring your consciousness back and gently open your eyes. And you may want to write in a journal or have a glass of water, drink plenty of water, just to ground yourself again.
Thank you very much, Louise. I
You're
feel
welcome.
very relaxed now.
Good.
We'll need to focus on the end.
Sorry.
Yes, and just, drink plenty of water the next 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a beautiful download from your higher self and the angels. And it's just like you just got a little spiritual massage. So, yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Priscilla.
And
You're very welcome. And I want to just thank Lisa from the USA, and her contact details are below on the screen below. And get hold of her and contact her for a session. She's amazing.
Yes,
and I've known her for a number of years, and she's also got an amazing boy like me.
Yes, we got connected a few years ago and share that mother spirit of our teenage sons. I just also wanted to put out there, I do offer a 20-minute complimentary free reading. It just gives you just a little taste. So if people want to connect with me, feel free to reach out.
Yeah.
And then definitely is Louise. She does amazing readings.
Oh, well, thank you. And so do you, Lisa. So I can recommend Lisa too.
So please feel free to contact her below.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you both for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you for the invite.
And we did form a bit of a triangle because we had UK, USA, and South Africa.
Yeah.
So that's an amazing combination.
Divine triangle.
Beautiful, beautiful divine triangle.
Yes, and also I highly recommend readings with Priscilla too. I haven't had one yet, but I've heard they're amazing.
Thank you very much. It's been I've been doing it for a long time now. And I'm trying to move behind the camera, which is my journey that I'm taking at the moment. So I just wanted to thank you both for joining me on my podcast, and I look forward to spending many more hours chatting about colors. And please feel free to contact them. All the details are below. And I wish everybody lots of love and light and an abundance of colors. So
thanks for joining us. Thank you. Lots of love.
Okay, ladies, and it's a good night from me.
And a good night from me.
Good night. It says we're still live.
Lots of love.
Yep. Lots of love.
Bye.